Super Bowl 54.
To the Chiefs Kingdom, you guys are world champions once again. Woo!
What a night. What a way to end the 100th season.
Now to the latest impacts of the coronavirus on sports.
Fans will be required to wear masks.
The Bucs holding their first 2 home games without fans in the stands.
The Chiefs plan to allow a 22% capacity.
Super Bowl Sunday is going to look a lot different this year, minus Tom Brady. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will face the reigning champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, at Tampa's Raymond James Stadium, which can hold tens of thousands of fans. If that sounds like a recipe for a super spreader event to you, you're not wrong. So how exactly is the NFL going to make Super Bowl 55 happen?
That stadium normally holds 65,000 people. For this modified Super Bowl, we'll see about 22,000 people on hand. By the standards of this season and by the standards of sports in this country in 2020 and 2021, it seems like a lot of people.
This is Mark Maskey. He covers the NFL for the Washington Post, and he's going to the Super Bowl.
There'll be 14,500 non-vaccinated ticket buyers. We'll also see 7,500 vaccinated healthcare workers on hand at the game.
Fans will be seated mostly in pods of 2 or 4 people, with some 6-person pods. Each pod will have 3 empty seats on each side, plus no one sitting directly in front or behind. And for each pod of non-vaccinated fans, a group of vaccinated healthcare workers will be seated behind, staggered to the side throughout the stadium. And then there are the cutouts to fill the empty seats.
Yes, we've got, 33,000 guests that are cutouts.
This is John Barker. He's in charge of making this thing happen.
But the energy of the crowd, I think, is going to equal a full stadium. The halftime show is part of that. It is a full-on live Pepsi halftime show like you've always known it to be. How much more can you say about the weekend and the live show that he can put on?
But no high fives or autographs. The rows closest to the players will be blocked off. Hand-to-hand contact will also be eliminated through digital tickets and a strict no cash policy for concessions.
Every person who works in this stadium, every single one of them is receiving a KN95 mask. Every fan coming into the building will receive a kit. In that kit will be the KN95 mask, will be hand sanitizer, will be bacterial wipes. We have done everything that we can possibly do to reduce that risk as far down as you can possibly get it. We certainly took a lot of direction from our chief medical officer. For the clubs, each of their local health departments and public health were involved in all of their planning, and then certainly the CDC.
Despite the NFL's best efforts, lots of trust is being put in these sometimes rowdy fans. Just a week ago, thousands of fans, many without masks, celebrated the Buccaneers' NFC win, even fist-bumping the players as they returned home.
Yes, there certainly is risk. Once I get to Tampa, I will keep my distance from everyone and maybe not leave my hotel room for several days until I go to the game.
And if Super Bowl 55 goes off without a hitch, maybe we'll look back on it as an event that was more than the biggest game of the season.
Moments like that, you don't necessarily know that they're going to be those moments until it's over. These are moments that transcend sport. These are moments that stay with us, and we remember them because they're kind of weaved into the fabric of our culture. And I think that this one, going into it, we've got some sense that it absolutely is bigger than that, because it does represent hope.